Hey everyone. So today I'm at the primary school, Retriever Primary School, and we are here with some of the volunteers from the UK because, excuse me, I need some help with a task because it's quite a big task when we are, I think a lot of you know, we don't have a load of manpower here, and that task is to have the children speak to their sponsors, so to write them. And we try to do this at least twice a year. So at Christmas they all made Christmas cards, but now they're writing a letter to their sponsors. So any of you guys who are watching, any of you sponsors who are watching, you're going to have to use Google Translate because they're writing in Kiswahili. It's the only way I can get them to write from their hearts, otherwise they'll just copy what we tell them to write. Also, I just want to announce now that we have a plan, and it started to happen, to create a blog for the sponsors and the children and nobody else. So if you sponsor a child, that blog will be for you to communicate with the children here. So we're kind of excited. I'm a little bit excited about that, at least anyway. So all the children you're about to meet are children in the fund who, if they weren't in this school, would otherwise be out there not far from here, up in the quarries or working in the fields, and not getting an education and not getting a childhood. So I'm going to let you meet some of the children from the fund. Oh, and to meet our volunteers, Max, Maddie, Mia and Phoebe. So.
Jak na głowę tańce, spadek wysoko.
So these are our younger children, and they can't write. So I'm sure you can imagine the part of them writing. Well, I think most of you watching will have experience of a child who can't write. So part of them writing to their sponsor that actually includes writing is difficult. So they're giving it a go though, with some help from Mia, of course. Mia has the patience of a saint here, I think. Mambo. Very proud of his picture. I think it's great as well. Kazi and Zuri. Yeah.
Más o menos. Yo le
is makandi. So that is like maize kernels without being processed into flour and beans. Most of these children eat that every meal, 3 times a day, if they eat 3 times a day. If they're not eating that, they are eating those kernels pounded into flour, and they eat that basically. If you don't have beans, which are expensive sometimes, then some of these children will just eat that. But at least in school, they always get their makandi and their beans. So it's actually quite a balanced diet if you can get the beans in there with it. You can live on it very healthily. Most people here can live on it and do live on it healthily. But as I say, most people can't afford the beans, unfortunately. So that's why we end up with so many of these. A lot of these children, when we met them, had Kalashnikov and things like this. So. But it's a nice day. It's always nice to see them together. I see them, individually, but to see them all together in one classroom naturally makes you kind of happy, yeah. Okay. Nzuri sana. Nzuri sana. Asante.
Naombeni karatasi.
Asante.
Moja moja.
Nzuri sana. Nzuri sana. Asante. Nzuri. Nzuri sana. Kazi nzuri, eh? This boy chose to incorporate me in his letter to his sponsor. So that's our little few hours at the primary school, and it's important to remember. I've got an audience. It's important to remember that every child you've seen there, they're only here because at some point in the last 18 months, different people all over the planet made a decision to click a button on the internet and to share with these children not just a little bit of money, but to share with them this life. This is what they shared by clicking that button. It wasn't just a case of sharing a little bit of money. They're sharing the life that you see. Instead of being in child labour, by clicking that button, they share an education, they share a chance at life, and they share getting your childhood back. Because when they're labouring in the quarries, they are very vacant expression children, the ones we find in the quarries. So, yeah. But they're here now. And they're happy. Sema hello! Hello! Asante Baraka. Asanteni. Daudi. So as I was saying, thank you for sharing this life with them, because that's what you do when you make the decision to share with one of the children in Uchira with us. You give them their childhood back. And you give them a chance to say hello on camera. and you make them happy above all else, as you can see. So, okay. So for those sponsors watching this, some of these might be on their way to you, because I'm sending them back with the UK volunteers to go into the post, so it's easier for us in posting them from Tanzania. It's more reliable. Okay, so see you later, guys, and Sema goodbye! Bye from us. Bye, guys.
Now say, sometimes I feel like I could do anything, and sometimes I'm so alive. Sometimes I feel like I could swim across the sky, yeah. Sometimes I wanna cry. Most people try to aim to please, but a lot of them are kinda weak in the knees. Learning late about the birds and the bees, falling in love, want to be set free. Playing ball at the age of 13, everybody's going up with a dream. I never noticed what could happen to me. Time flies when you're walking in the streets. One minute got you holding the next, the next minute got you fighting your face. The city is a nasty place. When you're ready, to make your own today. Trying to find some kind of life. Sometimes I feel like I could do anything, and sometimes I'm so alive, so alive. Sometimes I feel like I could swim across the sky, yeah. Sometimes I wanna cry. Your love never stop now. My love will never stop now. Your love never stop now. My love will always shine. Somebody, sound of mine, sound of the rhythm, sound of the rhyme. Somebody.